In the quiet elegance of Sandringham in the year 1961, a girl was born who would one day captivate the world. Diana Frances Spencer entered a life of privilege, yet one marked by early instability. Her parents, Edward John Spencer and Frances Shan Kidd, carried the weight of tradition, but their marriage was strained. Diana grew up in a sprawling estate surrounded by siblings, yet always aware of the delicate dance of appearances and expectation. From the very beginning, her life was a study in contrast, tender affection mingled with parental distance, love shadowed by discord. As a child, Diana displayed a warmth and charm that drew people to her naturally. She possessed a gentle humor, an intuitive empathy, and a sparkle that could illuminate a room. Yet alongside her vivacity was a sensitivity to the world around her, a perceptiveness that would both elevate and haunt her. School years were a mixture of innocence and early lessons in resilience. She was bright, though not academically exceptional, and she sought affirmation in ways that revealed both her courage and her vulnerability. The early 1970s saw Diana navigating adolescence in the glare of aristocratic society. She learned the rules of etiquette, the codes of decorum, and the subtleties of a world defined by appearances. But Diana was not content to simply follow rules. She had a natural instinct to connect with people, to look beyond titles and wealth. These traits, seemingly ordinary at first, would later define her approach to public life and philanthropy. In 1977, at the age of 16, Diana met Prince Charles at a country dance at her family estate. The connection, subtle yet electric, would eventually become the center of her life. They courted cautiously, their relationship unfolding under intense public scrutiny even before engagement was formalized. By February 1981, the announcement of their engagement set the world alight. Diana, a young woman from the English aristocracy, was to marry the heir to the throne, and the global media, already captivated, intensified their gaze. The wedding, held on the 29th of July, 1981 at St. Paul's Cathedral, was a spectacle of grandeur and emotion. Millions watched on television, captivated by the fairy tale romance, Diana's elegance. Her radiant smile and her delicate voice captivated hearts worldwide, yet behind the scenes, the pressures of royal life were immense. Diana, barely 19, was thrust into a world of scrutiny, protocol, and expectations far beyond her years. The early years of marriage were marked by both joy and strain. The births of her sons, William in 1982 and Harry in 1984, brought profound happiness, yet also magnified the challenges of royal life. Diana struggled with isolation, marital discord, and the relentless attention of the media. Reports of Prince Charles's ongoing affection for Camilla Parker Bowles, combined with Diana's own insecurities, created a tension that would intensify over the years. Despite these struggles, Diana carved out a public persona that redefined modern royalty. She championed causes close to her heart, landmine clearance, AIDS awareness in children's hospitals. Her approach was intimate and compassionate. She held held hands, visited patients, and spoke candidly, breaking centuries of royal protocol. The world watched, and she became the people's princess, a title that spoke not of formal rank, but of emotional connection. Yet, behind the public image, Diana battled deep personal challenges. Her diaries and private reflections reveal struggles with depression, bulimia, and feelings of inadequacy. These were compounded by the relentless glare of media attention, which chronicled every misstep, every tear, and every heartbreak. Her life became a tightrope between personal vulnerability and public duty. By the early 1990s, the pressures of her marriage and public life reached a breaking point. In 1992, the separation from Prince Charles was formalized, and the world watched with fascination and concern. Diana's every move became news, yet she approached these challenges with resilience, continuing her charitable work and maintaining her commitment to her children. The divorce, finalized in 1996, marked both an end and a new beginning. Diana navigated the complex transition from princess to private citizen, while retaining her influence and voice. She remained a global icon, her style, charisma, and humanitarian work captivating the public. Yet, personal relationships continued to attract scrutiny, most notably her association with Dodi Fayed, a young Egyptian businessman whose presence in her life reignited both hope and controversy. In the summer of 1997, Diana's life took a tragic turn. On the 30th of August, she and Dodi left the Ritz Hotel in Paris, seeking to escape the relentless attention of photographers. Henry Paul, the hotel security chief, drove the Mercedes with Diana and Dodi in the back, and her bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones is the only survivor. In the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the car collided at high speed. Dodi and Henry were pronounced dead at the scene. Diana, gravely injured, was transported to Petit-Salpêtrière Hospital, but despite the efforts of the medical team, she succumbed to her injuries in the early hours of August 31st. She was 36 years old. The world reacted with shock, grief, and disbelief. Crowds gathered outside Buckingham Palace, laying flowers, letters, and personal tributes. Media coverage was relentless. Millions mourned not just the passing of a princess, but the silencing of a figure who had redefined compassion and empathy in the public eye. In the years following her death, questions and theories proliferated. Was it simply a tragic accident, or was there more beneath the surface? Investigations concluded that high speed and alcohol impairment contributed to the crash. Yet conspiracy theories persisted. Some questioned the role of paparazzi, the effectiveness of French authorities, or even alleged political motives. While none of these claims were definitively proven, the speculation fueled public fascination and cultural discourse. Her legacy endured in the lives she touched and the causes she championed. Landmine awareness, charitable work for children, and public engagement in AIDS activism are forever linked to her name. Her sons, William and Harry, carry forward her values and compassion, influencing global humanitarian efforts in ways Diana would have undoubtedly admired. Decades Later, Diana remains a figure of profound influence. Exhibitions, documentaries, and biographies continue to explore the nuances of her life, blending triumph with tragedy, love with heartache, and public persona with private struggle. She is immortalized not only in photographs and video footage, but in the collective consciousness of a world forever altered by her presence. Princess Diana's story is one of complexity and contradiction, a life lived in the spotlight, defined by love, loss, compassion, and controversy. It is a story of humanity at its most visible, most vulnerable, and most enduring. Her life, her death, and the questions that continue to surround her final moments ensure that Diana Frances Spencer, People's Princess, remains forever remembered, forever mourned, and forever a symbol of the intricate balance between public adoration and private fragility.